Good evening, everyone. What's up? It's a satisfying meal. Topped it off the measly dessert. This is Mr. Hata speaking. The bud is back. Yeah. Today it's gonna be a why video, and these videos have not been made for probably like several months at least. Probably not since June or July or August, but today's gonna be a video on a topic that is debatable. A debatable topic on why college must not be free. Well, recently, about a couple weeks ago, it was said that Bernie Sanders, who's running for president, wants to make college free, and many Americans, the vast majority of the population, agrees on that. But while it may sound all great and such, there's a downfall. A huge downside to that. And that concludes that why college must not be free. College is free throughout the world in some countries, like Bhutan, the taxes pay for it. Most of Europe, like Denmark, France, for example, but only the few students who did really well in high school, who did like really well on their tests, will go to college because they showed potential. Even though there's a decent number that don't, but America wants to follow that same system, but that system's not going to work because if having college free brings a hefty price and a burden to the population. Look at how high taxes are. Taxes are about a third of the income. That's a pretty big chunk. That's mainly because of all the welfare abuse, the financial aid going to most college students, especially at community colleges, and a free lunch and a food stamps, etc. And how America wastes money on products they don't need. And they waste resources. If they were to make college free, quote unquote free, no aspect of life is free, FYI, the taxes would go whoop up. The taxes would, instead of being 33%, could go possibly from 40 to 50%. And that is too high because that would be almost half the income would be taxes. No, not cool. That means there's going to be more expenses than there used to be. It's already bad enough that the tax money is abused throughout the country on like 40% of the population. This is the ugly truth. If they make college free, the taxes are going to be too high. And it's already bad enough that the taxes are high because it's being wasted on. America has lower taxes in most countries, but that's because college isn't quote unquote paid for by everyone. If they make college quote unquote free for the population, somebody's paying for it. Whether it's once taxes, donations, somebody's paying for it one way or another. And it will be mostly tax money that's paying for it. And that's bad enough because we're going to be broke. I mean, they make primary school, middle school, and elementary school and high school. Those are all paid for by tax dollars. And if they make college free, that's a lot of tax dollars that are going to have to go into it. Because look at how expensive college is. Community college for 8 classes a year, 4 classes each semester, that's got to be about, well, including books, which are like at least $500 a semester, that's got to be a little more than $5,000 a year. And that's just a community college. And that's $10,000. That's got to be like $13,000 just to get an associate's degree. And that's very hefty price, especially to those who don't get financial aid. They basically, sorry this is off topic, they're just throwing financial aid to most of the students at the community college just so they go to college and just so they don't have to worry, which is dumb because they're not paying for it then directly from their pocket. But a 4-year school, so going to college like a 4-year school at least is 20 grand a year. That's including books, the dorms, the food, the tuition, etc. And that's got to be 40,000 just for 2 years. So a student would be paying at least 80,000 for those 4 years. And if they were having everybody pay for that, yep, the taxes would be much higher than they used to be because of how expensive it is. So they would probably be deducting, say, let's see, at least a couple $1,000. So in total, college would cost about like 53,000 to $60,000 at least. And those in a lifetime probably, let's say they're doing that for 20 years. That's at least they're taking more than $3,000 out of each year's savings, which could be spent on a food supply, for example. So no, having paid for college solves nothing. It doesn't make the situation better. It's the same as paying for college out of pocket, except that money's being collected throughout one's years. They could save up instead for college and mindlessly spending money on fast food or electronics, for example. Alright, some may argue that it'd be more that they wouldn't have to pay. It's free, but they're paying they're not paying out their pockets directly. They're still paying for it one way or another. That's what most people are not understanding. College free, college this, college that, it's not going to work. And if most people agree with it that college free is cool, fine. But personally, it's not going to work. And then some may argue that it's a fair opportunity for each student. Well, that's costs too much. Fine, think that way though, but sorry for rambling, but it's the truth. Well, that wasn't enough. That is all there's to say for this video on why college is not free. Should not be free. With that, that's all there's to say for this video. See you on the next video. This is Mr. Hata signing off. Peace out. Good night.